Hey Hunter, can you take me through the progression of the ankle injuries? I think I heard it was both ankles. So which one happened first?
Yeah. So my left ankle, I first injured it against Drake, but it wasn't that bad. And I was playing with that when it was fine. Then I re-rolled it one day in practice, and then it had pretty much healed. And it was actually the first day that I chose not to tape that ankle because I thought it was pretty much healed. I actually rolled the right one. And that one was actually pretty bad. Like I was on crutches for about 2 days right before the Notre Dame game. Didn't know if I was going to be able to play. But then me and our athletic trainer, just spent a lot of time working on it, and I was able to just be good enough to play. But didn't really feel very healthy until Duke was probably the first time. I felt like I was really moving like I'm used to. So I went a few games there. I was struggling a little bit.
What would I think Coach Brownell was saying you'd struggle to get lift in some situations. I mean, would you notice that going for like a turnaround jump shot or whatever, you couldn't quite get as high as you needed to, or how would it affect you on the floor?
Yeah, a little bit. Just like all types of movements, lift especially when I would jump. It bothered me a little bit, but yeah.
I guess in the Duke game, I saw you throw it down a few times. I mean, like you said, you felt you were kind of back to normal. Like, did that feel more normal, kind of the way you were able to play during the game?
Yeah, it felt a lot more normal. I feel like I'm back to about 100%, so I'm happy with that.
I think Coach Brownell was saying that, I could try to sit him out, but that would be kind of difficult. Why is it so important for you to play through that rather than take a few games off, try to let it heal?
Just really doing anything I can to help my team win. I feel like when I'm on the floor, I can contribute in a lot of different ways. And even though I wasn't 100%, I still felt like there were things I could do to, try and help us win. So I just really wanted to be out there and try and help us.
Hey, well, I guess what would you say the mood of the team was after the Duke game? I mean, obviously you guys gave them a run for their money, but you come up short. And how did you guys feel after that one? What was the locker room like?
I mean, we were upset. We went in there fully expecting to win. We played hard and basically should have won the game. But, hats off to those guys. They made some really good plays down the stretch, made some 2 tough shots. But we were pretty upset. But I really think that we realized that when we come out and do what we know we're supposed to, follow the game plan, we can play with anybody. So I think we have a good mindset moving forward to finish the season and really try and end on a high note.
I guess what would you say were the positives from the Duke game, and what are the things that you guys can take forward and try to replicate going forward?
I would say the first positive would be our competitive fight and our defensive mindset. We really took it to them. We were physical with them, and for a little while we were punking them a little bit. We didn't give them what they wanted. They weren't able to get to their spots. They didn't feel comfortable, and I think when we do that to teams, that's when we got a chance to be really good.
I guess how much confidence, again, you wanted to win, but how much confidence do you think that performance gives you guys, being that you were able to kind of put Duke on their heels?
I think it should give us a lot. I know the guys, we're just ready to play again. We've had a couple of days of rest. We started back practice, and we're just ready to get after it and, really try and make a push here at the end.
Did you watch the Florida State game over the weekend?
Florida State versus Virginia Tech?
Jack?
I watched a little bit of it. Yes, sir.
You look at that game, you say, wow, Virginia Tech just shot the lights out. I mean, that's one of those games, if you're Florida State, you just got to say, tip your hat to them.
Yeah, they shot the cover off of it. Those guys, Hunter Couture especially, I mean, everybody saw his 9 threes. So,
anybody on Zoom have any questions for Hunter?
Hey, Hunter, this is David Hood with TigerNet. Kind of watching you out on the floor the other night, it's obvious to me that you've taken on more of a kind of a vocal role, maybe more of a leadership role. Is that something that you as you're one of the older guys now, that you embrace and try to get these guys to follow you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I've been doing that since the summer. I just really trying to help guys in any way I can. I've been here a lot longer than most people here. So I know what Coach Brownell wants. I know what the coaching staff expects, and just trying to, help convey that to the guys, as well as just be a voice and help in any way I can.
Knowing that and knowing the kind of one game at a time mentality, but there's also that realization that, hey, if we're going to be in the postseason, no matter what the tournament is, whether it's NCAA, NIT, whatever, we've got to start putting wins together. How do you convey that to those younger guys that, yeah, hey, we need to string wins together, but yeah, we've also got to concentrate on just this one game?
Yeah, I think that starts in practice, just really having a good intensity and making sure everybody matches that, letting them know that there's just, and most guys do know that there's just no time to waste. It's the time is here and we got to start putting some wins together. And I think we're very capable of doing that, but there's no more time to waste.
Hunter, was the, go ahead, David.
No, go ahead, man.
I was just going to ask, was the Syracuse game, was it, I don't know if wake up call is the right word, but just that defensive performance, it seemed like Brownell was pretty unhappy. And I guess what was his message after that? Do you feel like you guys have been better since then?
His message was that that's not good enough at the end of the day. I think we gave up 90, 94. I'm not sure exactly the number, but that's way too many regardless. And, we definitely turned up the intensity the next few days after that. We showed up early a few mornings and got a lot of defensive work in. And I think that helped us a lot, just understanding the intensity that we need to have on the defensive end. And that if we continue to do what we did against Syracuse, we will not be successful.
Hunter, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Hunter?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. Sort of sticking on the defensive theme, the overall progression of this season. In your mind, is it just purely a matter of intensity and effort, or are there also maybe some size issues, I guess, maybe some of both? Just big picture, how do you evaluate the progression on defense over the course of the season?
Yeah, I don't know if size is necessarily an issue. I mean, there are teams that are bigger than us, but I think it really does come down to, just being physical and, like I said about the defensive intensity, because at the end of the day, as long as we're outplaying outworking people on the floor and, just playing harder than them, I don't think the size really matters. Maybe a rebound or two that we would get if we were a little bit bigger, but I don't really think size is an excuse at all. I think it really does come down to just our defensive intensity and trying to play harder than the guys in front of us.
And you mentioned obviously being an older player. How have you just seen PJ, obviously a big jump for him? What's been the biggest thing that you've seen kind of in his improvement?
I would just say his confidence. Last year, difficult for him in many ways, but he took a step back, got to learn from Amir, and it's difficult for a lot of freshmen at this level. I know it was difficult for me, but I've just seen how his confidence has grown ever since last year. This offseason, me and him spent a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time in the weight room, just working hard, trying to get better every day. And I think it's shown, and he's done a great job, really answering that call when we need to throw it to him in the post. And he's aggressive and he's confident with the ball. And I'm just really happy for him and the season he's having.
Probably have time for one more if anyone has one.
Hunter, I was going to ask with Chase Hunter, just how have you seen him grow from when he came on campus to now, and how important is kind of the confidence he's playing with offensively for you guys?
Man, it's huge for us. I'm really happy for him. He's had a tough road here. He's had a few injuries. Coming in, he was a high recruit, and I think we expected a lot for him. And his injuries kind of prevented that for him. But he's stuck with it. He's worked hard every day and not complained about anything. And I think that's why he's having the success he's having now. And I expect a lot more because I've been seeing this in practice for a long time. So I'm just really happy for him that he's got to show it to everybody else now.